Good afternoon, Board of Management. Today I'm going to make a presentation on the cybersecurity framework for the JAM Corporation Company, and on this date of 12th April 2023. First, I'm going to do the introduction. And the key objective of the NIST to retail business company is that it helps business of all sizes better understand, manage and reduce their cybersecurity risk, and protect their networks and data. The framework is not a one-size-fits-all approach to managing cybersecurity risk for critical infrastructure. Therefore, organizations will continue to have unique risks, different threats, different vulnerabilities, different risk tolerance. We are going to look at the mission, vision, core values of the organization, and here all the information is described on the mission, what's the key values, and then the vision. Next, I'm going to do the introduction, and the major introduction is that this framework provides a systematic approach to managing sensitive company information and protecting it from unauthorized access or theft. It includes a risk management process, control implementation, and continual improvement. The framework is based on a Plan, Do, Check, Act, that is PDCA, cycle and aligns with the organization's strategic objectives. It is this in mind that the JAM organization, being one of the leading retail business with over 900 across 48 states in the Northern America, that wishes to adopt a proactive role to the development, adoption, and implementation of this framework to the latter, with the management being on the forefront to facilitate its realization. JAM Corporation Framework Layer. What is the layout of this document? And first, we are going to look at aligning JAM company with the NIST cybersecurity frameworks. Then we are going to look at identifying specific regulatory requirements that JAM Inc. must comply with, then looking at identifying and prioritizing JAM Corporation organizational efforts and business needs. Then we are going to look at identifying individual elements of cybersecurity risk to the company that is threats of vulnerability and how to manage them, then the description on how JAM cooperates privacy, and then look at the description of impact of legal, regulatory, and all this. So after this, you're going to look at how do we align JAM Corporation with the NIST framework. This entails looking at the three key basic areas of function, that is framework core, framework implementation tiers, and framework profile. And when we look at framework core, it entails the framework core is grouped into 5 groups, and identify, protect, detect, respond, recover, which provides procedural guideline to the organization while addressing the dynamic nature of cybersecurity and threats. Then looking at framework implementation tiers, these provide the context under which cybersecurity is perceived. They range from partial tier 1 to adaptive tier 4. So all this, then at the end of the day, we look at framework profile. What does this one mean? Profile enables organizations to establish a roadmap for reducing cybersecurity. Then the other one, we're going to look at what are the regulatory requirements that JAM must comply with. And we are looking at this company must comply with various regulatory requirements, including the California Consumer Privacy Act, the General Data Protection Regulatory, and the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. The CCPA provides California residents with specific rights regarding their personal information, and organization must comply with its requirements. When you look at GDPR, applies to companies that process the personal data of EU residents. And then we have got PCI, DSS, applies to companies that deals with payment card information. Then we look at organizational efforts and business needs. Under this, when we look at organizational efforts, we are looking at the company is looking at expanding into commerce space to include the mobile application for smartphones for shopping. Then the company is also looking at a significant upgrade to the organization's enterprise network and information system. It's also looking at improving the customer shopping experience. Then also looking at rewards cards program that tracks customer loyalty and establish database of their purchasing habits. Also, we are also looking at expanding into curbside pickup for both groceries, departments, and store purchases. Then looking at business needs, what are the business needs? And the business needs here, when we're looking at capabilities to support and provide artificial intelligence, machine learning, and Internet of Things, and data analytics, both on premises and remotely at all its stores. Then we also look at leveraging technology to improve the customer shopping experience, the organization logistics, and improve inventories and supplies, purchasing from its multiple vendors. Then we're also looking at suppliers that need access to their inventory system to track suppliers order with over the 900 stores across the North America. Then we're looking at what are the organizational priorities in all this. And this we are looking at, the priority is the organization looking at contracting for maintenance of all the commercial grade refrigerators and HVAC systems. We are also prioritizing on maintaining the company also needs to access all the net stores to monitor the systems. Then we are looking at cybersecurity risk, threats, vulnerabilities, and mitigation measures. What are the risks and threats within the organization? And we are looking at, most notably, there's the public accessible internet websites, defacement. Then we are looking at social engineering, attacks in form of phishing and spear phishing attacks. Then we are looking at the organization recently had a denial of service attack in 2 of their large discount department stores where the point of sale system was not operational for many hours. Then what are the mitigation measures to ensure that these do not happen? And we are looking at prevention, employee training, and backup data. When we look at the organization, it faces several cybersecurity risks, including phishing attack, malware infection, inside threats, and data breaches. To manage this risk, the company should implement security controls such as access controls, encryptions, and monitoring systems. Regulations and awareness programs can help prevent employees from incurring into phishing or social engineering attacks. Then looking at how the organization can be able to incorporate privacy principles related to data collection, disclosure, and retention. How do the organization do this? And the organization will incorporate privacy principles into its data collection, disclosure, and retention practices. The company will at all times provide clear, concise privacy notices to customers, informing them on the types of personal information collected and how it is used. On the minimum amount of personal information necessary to fulfill its business needs should be collected and retained. Then the organization will also have an appropriate technical and organizational measures implemented to protect the personal information from unauthorized access or theft. Then looking at the impact on the legal or regulatory standards, it is the objective of every organization to focus in achieving their mission, vision, and its core values. While this is true, failure to comply with the regulatory requirements can result in legal penalties, loss of business, and damages to the company reputations. So data breaches can also result in lawsuits, fines, and loss of customers' trust. Compliance with relevant regulations is essential, and culture of security awareness should be established to prevent cybersecurity incidents from occurring. Then at the end of the day, these are the references that were used to gather all the information. We have almost like 5 references So in case you have any areas of clarification, any area that you need additional information, then you can be able to refer to all the references provided. Otherwise, thank you very much and have a good afternoon.